Good morning, students. Wow, I wore my lemons today because we will be discussing greenhouses. What's a greenhouse? Huh, maybe you have been to a greenhouse before. Yeah, a glass house. They're so cool. All the sun shines in, and the plants love it. It's usually very warm and wet, so it causes a lot of humidity, kind of like the rainforest. So the plants love it. They grow so big and beautiful. So if you have never been to a greenhouse, make sure you ask to go. I think that you would really enjoy it. Okay? But we are going to be making a greenhouse today. So I hope you're feeling creative. Okay, let's start by introducing our project. Project 2, number 8. Yes, we are on our 8th project. It is the Paris greenhouse. We will talk about subject and background and details, but in a little different order today. Okay? Let's scoot over to our vocabulary words. Greenhouse, botanical, center, rounded or angled, Paris, and Henri Rousseau. Henri Rousseau. So our inspiration today is the artist Henri Rousseau. And he lived in Paris, and he was very inspired by all the Parisian greenhouses. So I have a couple different examples here, and we are going to watercolor today and make a greenhouse, our very own glass house. They are so beautiful. And then we'll cut it out at the end, okay? Now, this project, I really think you're going to love it. So what I would like you to do is get a piece of paper. I'm not sure if you have any watercolored paper left. It's the heavier paper. But if not, you can just use drawing paper because we won't be watercoloring on the whole paper. So it's okay today. Now, you will need your watercolors, water, and a brush. And then I will tell you a few pages also that we'll be working on in our art idea packet. Okay? So, go get your paper and your watercolors, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, friends. Now, similar to the Jean Miro inspired drawing, I want you to paint what you are feeling and how you are feeling. Now, how you're going to start, you're going to take your watercolor brush. Of course, you're going to dip it in the water. Get some color. I tend to like using light to dark. That's just my preference, and it's nice because my brush, seems like my brush and my colors are a little more vibrant. All right, now, so all over your paper, okay, you want to leave a little border around, and you may have your paper horizontal or vertical. It's up to you. I'm going to have mine horizontal for this one. You are going to set your brush down in different ways to create flowers. Okay, so 5 petals. So this I'm pushing top to bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might get some more paint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, I like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you could definitely overlap. All right. Now I'm going to make some orange flowers. Now this time when I put my brush down, I can put it down in a different way. Last time I went top to bottom. Maybe this time I want to fan it out a little. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see the value change too as I move my brush around to make each petal. All right, I think I want some purple this time. So I'm going to go straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, I'm going to make a couple more down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to use some red, and I want to make some centers for my flowers. Ah, that looks pretty. And now, oh, I want to make a bigger center for these flowers. And it's okay. This is watercolor, so if things start mixing up a little bit, that's okay. That's what your paint feels like doing today. Now I'm going to take my green, and you can randomly add some leaves around your flowers. Maybe you want to add some leaves like this. So maybe these flowers have some spiky leaves. Ooh, those are fun. Maybe this flower has, oops, I'm going to get some more blue. A light blue center. I like that. And then maybe the leaves on this flower are a little bigger. I'm going to really push my brush down. That's pretty. You can also make a cactus. Maybe your whole greenhouse is full of cactus. Ooh, and that's okay too. I could make a little baby cactus coming off the top over here. So a lot of greenhouses have cactus too. Now, if you want to fill in around with a little bit of color, you can just add a little bit of blue. It can be the sky showing through your greenhouse. And we're adding texture with our brush. All right. Ooh, this is gonna look so good. Now, one thing I might do also, I might add a cactus flower. Oh, that looks pretty. I like that. Okay, I think I'm done. So you can see how I watercolored several flowers, cactus in the middle. And the next step is to wait until it dries, and we will be drawing with our Sharpie all around. Now, you can see I added some other textures in here. Okay, that's just a marker lid. That's the top of a marker lid. That was fun. And this was a little bit of a different flower where I just took the tips. I kind of did it like I made these leaves down here. So that's just one other way you can make it. And this whole greenhouse is a cactus greenhouse full of different kinds of cactus, and I even made some sand on the floor. So I will show you after this dries how to make the greenhouse around your watercolor painting. So let's set this aside. We are going to work on 2 pages in our art packet. Okay. So I want you to go to page 16. Those are the principles of art. The principles of art. And when we talk about the principles of art, they are what we use to organize the elements of art. Remember, the elements are the building blocks or ingredients of art. Now, the principles of art are what we use to organize those. Okay? So I'm going to show you this page. These are the answers, okay? Pattern, movement, balance, unity, emphasis, contrast, and proportion. Now, movement also has to do with rhythm, like certain lines that are close together create a rhythm, all those parallel lines. So please copy all these down. You might want to pause and fill out page 16. Now, the next page I would like you to work on is page 23. 23 is all about Henri Rousseau. Now, here is mine. And we studied the Paris greenhouse. But these are all the facts about Henri Rousseau. And Tiger in a Tropical Storm is one of my favorite paintings. So please read over this and copy it down on page 23 in your art packet. All right, friends. You can work on those. Let your project dry. And mine is still pretty wet. I'll be back soon, and we will draw our greenhouse. Hi, friends. I'm back. Now, let's make a greenhouse. Now, this is the suggestion I'm going to give you. You can crease your paper a little bit, not too much, but just to give you a center point. So I just kind of fold mine over and just don't push hard, but just to give you a little bit of a center line. Okay? I'm going to make a dome over the top with my Sharpie, and then another one on each side. They're actually a little bit larger. And then I'm going to make a rounded line and come down. So curve and come down. There. So this is going to be the frame of my greenhouse. And remember, I can cut this out later too. Just like the examples that I showed you. Now, I'm going to divide my greenhouse all the way down into my different sections. Now from the top, ew, this Sharpie is not working very well. They get dry, those Sharpies. There, this one's better. So now I've made some divisions in my project, okay? This is my center. And I've made it round lines and I've made angled lines. Those were two of our vocabulary words. Now we want to make 3 doorways. I like rounded doors. So I'm going to make a rounded doorway in each of my greenhouse sections. Now, it looks nice to add a frame, and then you can divide, and then you can add a handle. So I'm going to make a frame, then I'm going to divide it and make a handle. You can make handles however you want to. There are a lot of choices.
Speaker mode.
Oops. Sorry, friends. I forgot to turn my speaker on. I hope you can hear me. So we are making angled lines and rounded lines, curves, and straight lines. Now, let's go up to the top for a minute. And I'm going to make a little circle or medallion shape up at the top. I'm going to make a horizontal line through each section, then a straight line down, and then 2 curved lines. These are so fun to make. And friends, if you want to add more lines, you can. Or maybe you just want to make one section really big in the middle. That's fine too. I'm going to turn my paper just a little bit and draw another line in the top right there. And now what I want to do is create a grid pattern. Okay, so I'm going to draw a whole bunch of lines across. And these are all the little individual windows that you see in a greenhouse. Okay. And for some reason, it just is very sweet when you just draw it freehand without a ruler. And it's okay if it's not perfect. All right, now I'm going to draw some lines. I'm going to leave this one open, but I'm going to add some lines on either side. So one down the middle, and then one on each side. Stop when you get to your doorway, though. Stop when you get to your doorway. You don't want to draw through your door. Okay, so this is my very cute greenhouse. So what you can do is cut out your greenhouse. Okay, there's an example. And here is another example. If you'd rather draw yours vertical with different lines. So that uses a lot of angled lines. And this example uses a lot of rounded lines. But however you start, you will still start from a center point. So they are symmetrical. Okay, good. Well, I hope you enjoyed making the greenhouse today. I love it. And remember, every day is a great day to be creative.